Hey, what's up guys, it's Steve from Fino Concept, and today we are going to create a very simple design in Adobe Photoshop. You don't necessarily have to use Photoshop. There are some other editing software that you can use like CorelDRAW, Canva, Photopea and all of that, but this is what I am conversant with. But the techniques I'm going to use will be the exact same thing across platforms. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it. Welcome to Fino Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. So let's go ahead and open up our application here. Like I mentioned, I'm using Adobe Photoshop, and I'll go ahead and create a new document. I can set it to pixels right here and make it about 2K by 2K. I'll also leave the resolution to 300 and click on create. So the first thing we are going to do is grab our rectangle tool from here. Just right click on the shapes tool and select rectangle. Make sure that your fill is set to a color you want, maybe purple. Stroke is set to none, and we'll just go ahead and draw a random rectangle like this. Okay. Now, when you have your properties panel opened like so, if you don't have that, just go to window and make sure that properties is turned on. I'll go ahead and create some rounded corners, so about 50 pixels for one, and you can see I have it linked to all of them, so the moment I type in for one, it's going to affect all of them. I think I can increase it to about 100. Okay, this is looking much nicer. I'll grab the move tool and try and place this at the center. If yours is not aligning at the center, you can always bring up your rulers by holding down the Control key and press R. And you see your rulers will come up here. You can click and drag from the left hand side and place it at the center. The moment you get to the center, it's going to snap in like that. So we have this here. I'll probably just stretch it out a little bit more. Something like this seems quite nice. So let's go ahead and start typing in, making sure no layer is selected. I'll grab the type tool, also here, the horizontal type tool, and I'll type in something very simple like we are hiring. Can't spell today. And I'll choose a font which will go well with this. Let's go with popping and select the black version and increase it by a bunch. So something like this. And I'll just cycle through which one works best for me in this scenario. Now quickly get rid of the line here so that it doesn't confuse what we are doing. So I highlight the entire text, go into the character options. If you don't have this, go to window and make sure that character is checked. And I will stretch it out. Where we have the stretch the text out, I'll stretch it out by 110%. Okay, and I'll try and place this also at the center, something like that. Now I'm going to create one more rectangle. So let's go back to the rectangle tool and create a rectangle like this. Also, you know what, let's double click on the thumbnail to change the color, probably yellow. And grab the move tool and try and place it at the center. Again, making sure that no layer is selected, I'll grab the type tool and I'll type on this. Sorry, or I'll probably type somewhere else and I'll bring it over to where I need it to be. So we can have something like join our team. Now obviously this is too big and the font color is white, so probably let's take the dark purple color and make the font size much smaller so that we can all see. Now you may not see the text because the layer of the text is beneath the rectangle. So I'll just bring the rectangle beneath it like so. And this is what we have. So let me go back to the character options and I'll change this back to 100%. And I'll probably reduce the size of this too by 24. I think 24 points seems about fine. Now we can just play around this. So I'll select the text, hold down the Control T, select the rectangle layer, and I'll hold down the Control key over here. You notice, let me zoom in. With the Control key active, the cursor changes from black to white. So when I bring it over here, it changes to white. If I leave the control key, it comes back to the black cursor. So I'll hold it and hold down the shift key so that I can move this up and down like this. Without holding down the shift key, it turns all around like this. So I'll hold down the shift key and turn it slightly like so, and I'll bring it right around here. I think that is looking quite nice. So let's zoom out and see what we have so far. So what I would do is, let's open up my browser here. I've already typed in hand holding megaphone PNG. So I have a bunch of options from here, and I'm just going to choose one and use it for my design. I think this one will work perfectly. So I'll just right click, go to copy image. I'll open up Photoshop and paste it in here. Now, unfortunately, this isn't an actual PNG. It's just a fake background, making it look like it's a PNG. So I'll grab the quick selection tool. Again, right click, quick selection tool, or press W on your keyboard. And I'll select around my megaphone. In fact, if you're using a newer version of Photoshop, you can just select subject from here, and it's going to work its magic and select the subject out of the image. So as you can see, it wasn't a perfect selection. So what I'll do is I'll add in or fill in those spaces that it made a mistake. With that done, I'll just right click and go to layer via copy or via copy, and I'll just delete the one beneath. So now I have just the background. If you also want, you can just go ahead and erase where you want to take out. So I think something about this big should be fine. I'll place it right around here and rotate it just a bit more. Okay, now the next thing is to add in your contact details. Again, we'll grab the rectangle tool. We'll put one like so, and I'll type in a bunch of information like contacts as. Why is everything in caps? I'll go back to my character and make sure that it's not in caps. Okay. Let's change this to about regular. Okay, I think this is looking quite nice. Contact us, we'll leave in our phone number. So like 051. Just add in a bunch of numbers. Okay. I'll highlight this, make this about bold and change the color to white. So let me place this right around here, and this is what we have. So with these selected, I can place this here, and I can add in a bunch of other details like send your CV to, then I'll add the email. So I say phenoconcept@gmail.com. and probably make this left align so that it can fit perfectly there. Let's make this much smaller. Okay, so if I highlight everything, this is what we have. Let's zoom out and see what we have created so far. Now, obviously, you can leave this as it is, but I usually like to make the background a little bit more interesting. So what I'll do is I'll grab the "we are hiring" text, I'll duplicate it, and I'll bring one beneath everything, besides the background, beneath everything. So I'll just stretch it out. Let's stretch it out. Now you can't actually see because the text is black. Sorry, the text is white and the background is also white. So I'll double click this and change, double click, make sure everything is highlighted, and I'll change the color to black. Now we can see what we are doing. But there's a trick I want to show you. I'm only interested in the outlines and not the fill. The fill is the color in there, and the outline is the color all around it. So as you can see, the fill color we have here is black. I'm not interested in the black color for the fill. I'm interested in the color around it. But currently, we do not have a color around it, so we are going to create one. With the "we are hiring" text selected, go into FX, which is down here, and click on stroke. Now we can add in a stroke. It's still white, so we can see. Let's make it red so that we can actually see where the stroke is. And I'll change the size of the stroke to about 5. Okay, I'll change the position to outside, and I'll leave the blend mode to what we have here. Obviously, I'm not going to use, the red color. I'll use the purple color for consistency's sake. And I think I'll probably change this to about 10. Okay, now we have this, but you notice we have an outline, all right, but we still have the black fill color. So let's take away the fill color. Again, with the text selected, go up here where you have the opacity and fill and turn the fill to 0. And just like that, the fill color is missing. So what we are going to do is reposition this probably right around here. And I'll go ahead and select this. I want the text to be quite closer to each other. So again, go to the character and make sure that the text between the top and the bottom are much closer. So I'll just drag it to the left. I think right around 150 points should be fine. And I'll duplicate one more time, bring the second one right around here. And I'll select the two of them and reduce the opacity by a lot. So let's try 10% first. So it's actually there, but we can't see. Let's try 20%. Let's try 50. Okay, so 50, it's now actually showing. Let's try 30. Let's try 40. So I think I'll stick with 40. Okay, so now you can see we have some sort of background. As opposed to it being all blank like this, we can actually create it this way and we are done. So that's it. I know it's been a while since you saw a video from me. I'm actually working on something quite big, and hopefully I'll be able to launch it coming January 2026. So stay tuned for that. But again, it's been a while. It's been about 5 months already, and I have to keep uploading these sort of videos. That is why I try to keep this very short and concise. Anyway, if you're any company who is looking to employ people for January 2026 and beyond, feel free to use this idea, and I'll try and leave the PSD down in the description below so that you can download it as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Final Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.